Dun 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 dun. 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 Dun 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 dun.
And action.
Too stiff.
What's the guy?
Hey, what's the guy with the glasses?
You know what I discovered recently about this thing and how it can change your voices, yeah?
I'm gonna drink
that. Sorry?
No, we're not doing that. Not today. Anywho, so we are at I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but last I checked, that's how I was told to pronounce it. So is opposite the showgrounds on Great East Road, and not too difficult to find. In the filter lane. You keep emphasizing it's the filter lane. If you're coming from the western direction on Great East Road, past Manda Hill, keep your eyes to the left. Get into the filter lane. You can't miss. And I was told to the khri. French is quite a disgusting language, eh?
No, it's not. Very romantic.
How's that romantic anyway?
People that send you a slew of messages, like if you use punctuation and commas and a period. Can you pay attention?
I'm trying to. Lamek, can you just turn down the music a little bit? Thank you. Yeah, you were saying?
Like if you use punctuation and period,
yeah,
you could lump what would end up being 4 messages into one text. Like a pet peeve for me is a person who says, "Hi," 1 message. "How are you?" Message 2.
Yeah.
"Where are you?" Message 3.
Like you'd have written one message, and I'm getting notifications like I owe you.
Because my phone keeps going. You see, my phone keeps going off now.
Still the same person.
It's still the same fucking person. Like it's 7 messages. That could have been 1 fucking message. I hate it. Like just use punctuation. Use a period, use a comma, everything can be lumped up into one fact. Please don't do this. We're not monkeys.
Anywho, we're describing this place and location, and Elson is so pissed off about something.
Jesus
do you owe this person money though?
No.
And that's what's
and that's what's pissing me off.
It would make sense if you owe them money, yeah. I know what you mean.
This is all just small talk, bruh. Like how much time do you have?
What's her name?
What do you mean her?
Sounds like a her. Like which guy?
Only guys?
Yeah, I think only girls would do that. Like, why would a guy pester you for anything?
Well, I don't talk to girls. Only
day.
Ladies.
Yeah, that's my point.
But you tell me what it's like to deal with girls. Kalenga?
My girls are at school right now. Yeah.
Oh, I spoke to one of them.
You did.
Here's another one. Jesus Christ.
Anywho, on the Great East Road, and if you're looking to have a good time, a chill, good time, I think this is a place to be. Lovely ambience,
pretty good shisha,
good food as well. We'll be sampling some of the food a little later. But today we haven't the place to be.
Is this still the place to be though?
It is a place to be. Le Petit.
So it is. Aren't people already coming here?
No. Remember we had the official opening. Yeah, you were here. That was the official opening of this place in December.
I didn't come for that though.
You were here in December.
Yeah, I was here, but I didn't come for the official opening.
Yeah, but you were here.
Because you were paid to be here. I wasn't. Yeah. I spent money to be here.
Anyway, so today's guest, well, she is one of Zambia's most famous songbirds. Her name is Wezi. Wezi, how have you been? Alive. And the funny thing about Wezi, especially the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I don't know how these layers you've put around your life, it's difficult reaching you. Is this like deliberate or?
Yeah.
Why?
You have to protect your energies.
Do you know how many calls I had to make to get through to Wezi? I called Coin, who gave me a number which had the name Vicky on it. I called that number. Some guy answered. I'm like, you don't sound like a Vicky. He gave me a number for somebody.
Victor.
No, but not Joshua.
Who?
Joshua.
So who's Vicky?
That's people. That's my first name is Victoria.
You see what I mean?
Your first name is Victoria.
My first name.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wezi is what? Your second name?
Yes.
So why do you go by Wezi, not Victoria?
That's still my name. My second name. The difference is that one is in English, the other is in Tumbuka.
Oh, wow, that's the difference?
No, they're the same.
I couldn't have guessed that.
They're actually identical.
Very man.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Wezi, welcome to that Z podcast, and I hope you've been watching and you're geared for what we're about to,
Yeah, I've been watching.
experience with you on this episode. Which is your favorite episode so far?
With Jonah. The conversation
That's
with
what,
Jonah.
2 episodes ago.
Who's Jonah?
Jonah,
Oh, right.
Jonah Buyue.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what's up with you and this guy, but every time I mention his name, you never recognize who Jonah is.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, Wezi, nice having you on the podcast. And I think the last time we spoke,
Yeah.
I was interviewing you on radio about 10 years ago, and I think that's the last time we really sat down to have a chat like this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that
every
was
time
nice.
I say you're old. 10 years ago?
Let me. Is 10 years ago too far off? Too
Yeah.
far away?
Yes.
What were you 10 years ago?
In high school? You were interviewing.
Oh, nigga, please. 2013, you're in high school.
Oh, Jesus.
I like how Elson wants to be so young, especially when you get on camera, eh? Sorry? Forever young. Wezi, I mean, when it comes to this, so much to talk about, but we'll get to that a little later. I need to bring this up because I was a little impressed today when I was driving here. You mentioned something about electric cars. And I observed there's actually
A gas station with an EV
Yes. Have you
charging
seen that
station.
on Great East Road?
No.
Right before the hybrid roundabout. That's exactly why I mentioned that. It must be the first.
It is the first. Have you seen any filling station with
You know what we're
charging?
talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we have, though, any electric cars in here?
I've seen
I saw a Tesla once.
I've seen
The
one.
guy was from Zim.
Oh, plus there's a BMW at Zesco. The little one they've put on display. I think it's like a for
Oh, yeah, that's
competition.
electric too, right?
Yeah, some competition.
But I like
of some
whoever
sort.
owns that gas station, that person is forward thinking.
You know what I'm gonna miss about electric cars though?
What you
Revving.
miss about them?
Yeah,
All right, that you can't. Yeah, you can't hear.
an electric car.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss that so much about electric cars. Wouldn't you miss
but you
that?
can't hear
the
shit about the
vibrations?
car that you drive anyway.
Yeah, I can't hear shit in my car anyway. So I'm just saying I'm gonna miss that. Like there's a guy in my neighborhood with what's that, a Range Rover, red Range Rover in the neighborhood, and when he revs it, oh, the way the G-Wagon sounds when he rev it. Now imagine an
Man,
electric
that's
G-Wagon.
so sexy.
Now imagine an electric G-Wagon.
Powder.
Yeah.
Powder has got the AMG keys. I can hear him, and I live 3 streets away from his house.
My point exactly.
You know that car when you rave, it pops at the end.
You love that?
Are you into cars at all?
No.
No. Do you own one?
No.
Why the stay?
I have no idea.
Anyway, so much happening. I was quite impressed that person is forward.
We'll figure out what you're into.
Yeah, we will. I was quite impressed that person is that forward thinking, and I think it's gonna sort of entice people to start getting EVs because I think
Absolutely.
the thing that deters us from buying
Is where do I charge it?
exactly.
Right. But when you see that, I was really impressed when I saw that.
Chef's new album. Have you sampled that?
Of course.
Your favorite song so far?
All of them. But I think each day comes with a favorite. Like I wake
So
up.
what's your favorite today?
So far.
I like the one with the music video because now I had to watch the music video.
Which one is this?
Which one? is that?
Nobody with Blake. Nobody.
It's on YouTube already.
Yes.
Oh
it's
crap! If I
dropped it.
play it, would be flagged, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly why I say some episodes I don't like these cameras anymore because then I feel so fucking self-conscious. I would like just an audio-only podcast.
Are you? How do you feel? Should we move to audio only, Lamek? So we fire you, then
He's not doing shit anyway. But the one that people have been talking about the most is Petty Santaka.
I love it.
Have you listened to it?
Yeah,
No.
of course. I've listened to the entire album.
wait. What's that one? What's that one about?
We spoke about this on the episode with the minister.
Yeah, but all we spoke about was, is it like a play on Pastor Daka's
I
name?
think it is.
Is
Of course.
it? It is.
Of course. Like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but is it?
But what does the song talk about though?
Just him being petty. That's a clever way of calling himself petty.
So is he being petty in the song?
Yeah, through and through, from the first line to the last one.
And what was the beef between him and Chilla?
There's no beef.
What happened there? Because I saw even Slap D was being dragged into it.
Oh yeah. Actually, that was on. Was it yesterday when Chilla Tukuta commented on Slap D's post and
Yeah.
Slap D got back at him?
Yeah, because I remember. I think Chilla said if you support Sheffy, then post or promote his album. or something to that effect. I have no fucking idea, but I think there's something relating to that. I think people are so bored. We manufacture beef now.
Would you call that manufactured though? The issue that's happening with Slap D and Chilla on the...
No, the particular song where Chilla was mentioned was Sheffy being petty. And you know what being petty is?
Yeah.
It's just like banter. And then the effects of banter. Some people take offense, some people take it seriously. He talked about like if we were dating and then we broke up, I'm coming to get my jumper and everything that I ever got from you. Do you think he was meaning it? No, he was being petty. Those are nice bars.
But I heard that there was a line where he said,
listen
he
to the
took
song so that
photos.
you don't have to say.
Well,
I've not
here's the
listened to the
disclaimer.
song.
I haven't listened to the
I
song.
haven't listened
Yeah,
to the
so
song
let's
as well,
not
yeah.
discuss it if you haven't heard it.
Yeah, but I heard that there was a line where Sheffy said that Chilla took a photo of Sheffy
That's
with the
the first
president,
line in the
but then
song.
he never released it.
So you listen to the beat, and that's the
And
first
then right
line
after,
you hear.
then Chilla released the photo.
You know the thing about social media, when I saw that, I thought it's Sheffy actually being angry at Chilla for not posting that photo. So what I didn't know was it's actually lyrics from a song. I didn't know that. Somebody posted that and made it seem like it's
Please
firing
listen to the
shots.
song.
I will. You know the only song I've listened to is song number 1, the one with Musepela Crown. And I like the intro where he talks about lawyer ngakweva ti sende champepo. For you who hasn't lived in Zambia.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Well, basically saying if your lawyer tells you to carry something warm as you head to court,
You're not going back home.
read in between the lines.
And that's the first line, the
And that's
entire
the first line,
album.
yeah. And I love that song. And I love how Musepela Crown just delivers
And Ruth also did a good job.
Ruth Ronnie, yeah.
She did a fantastic
Wait, which part does Ruth Ronnie do though in that song?
Pray for me.
Oh yeah. I
Wait,
kept wondering who did what in that
That's
song.
the girl in the ponte.
I'll drink my tea.
I don't think that's the right way to describe her.
How would I describe her?
She's a musician.
So how would you describe her?
She's an influencer. I've just said she's a musician. She's an influencer.
There's so many musicians. You are a musician.
Yeah, you describe me as such.
And yes, but there's so
How
many
do you
musicians.
describe Parts on Daka?
Say again?
How do you describe Parts on Daka?
I'll describe the team that he plays for, and I'll describe that he married his ex-girlfriend's best friend.
Oh wow.
No? Isn't that how you describe Patson?
No, just say he's a footballer, bro.
Yeah.
There's
no.
so many footballers.
I don't know why you're trying to complicate this. We call him a footballer,
But
regardless
is he
of
the only one
existence.
though?
Yeah, but you know what? It's okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Where's
Hey,
the
speaking of footballers,
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah.
No, the day before that. So I'm backing out of my house, and I see Enoch Mwepu
Yeah.
drives past me.
Oh yeah, remember you mentioned this yesterday.
Yeah, so he drives past me, and so he's going the one direction, and I'm going the other. But then the direction he's using and the direction I'm using, we're going to meet at some point.
Yeah.
So we met at the intersection, and so then I stopped and we begin chatting. Hey, dude, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Back and forth. I invited him to the podcast. He's like, oh yeah, I've already spoken to Kaleng about that. I'm not in the right space to do it now.
Yeah.
When I am, I'll let you know. But yeah, cool. How's your wife? You know, all that jazz. So we spoke for about 5 minutes. Cool. And so he drives off and I drive off. So we drove in the same direction up until we reached Kabulonga.
Yeah.
So then I go where I'm going and he goes where he's going. Tell me why. Literally that night, I read that he had a heart issue as he was driving. Did you hear about that? Where his car started zigzagging and he eventually stopped, and when he opened the door, he fell out of the car.
You heard about that, yeah? It's so sad. I mean,
I just said it that morning.
and as a young guy going through so much, you can imagine, especially, which is one of the reasons why we wanted you on the podcast. It's, he's a major mental health advocate. We'll get to that in a little bit. I'm trying to imagine what kind of a life he's going through right now. Knowing that you're young, you're fresh in the game, you just went to Europe. There's so much going right for you.
You have got your whole life ahead of you.
And there's so much going right for you. And then this happens.
Do you question God?
You know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the question wasn't for me, that was for you.
No. The answer is no.
No to what?
For me. To the last question you asked, do you
Yeah.
question God? No. That for me personally, I'm not Enoch. So I'm praying for him.
Amen to that, sister. Now, speaking of mental health, and one of the reasons why we brought you here, I think that was like a month or two ago, if I'm not mistaken, there was that issue surrounding your photo posted up. Was it on Instagram or what was it, Twitter? Was it Facebook?
I think so. It was Facebook.
Yeah, it should have been Facebook. And then all of a sudden you're being attacked about something that you shouldn't be attacked about normally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I woke up that day to so many posts about people, trying to reach out to you, trying to,
Yeah.
There was a lady from Norway.
yes.
I told you about that, who called me. And she wanted to sponsor the episode that we're going to have you on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we felt it wasn't the right timing because this was like the day after it happened.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to seem like an ambulance chaser.
Wow.
Where I would sort of then exploit what you're going through for ratings. So, yeah, I turned it down.
I think she did call me.
Also, she called you too, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to understand, before we even get to mental health, maybe just talk about the whole photo issue. Like, what went through your mind when you started seeing these things popping up, like people talking negative the way they were?
First of all, I go through this every year.
Every year?
Yeah, but it gets more intense
Wow.
with each year. From 2013, the biggest complaint that people have is about my skin complexion. That's the go-to thing. If I do something that you disagree with,
Yeah.
if God forbid it, I ended up saying, no, Kylian Mbappe is the GOAT, not Messi and Ronaldo. People won't be like, your opinion is dumb. They'll just be like, you are ugly because you're dark. That's the go-to thing. It never moved me. For me, it's about how rotten society is, and that's what moves me, because I may be strong, but I know so many people that are not, and I'm like the mirror for them. So that's what hurts me when I see like a bunch of people. If it was one person, it's okay, but then to understand that as an artist, the biggest issue that you have with me is not the music I make, but just like my appearance or my existence is the illegal substance that you condemn.
But I'm trying to understand, we're in Africa. Everyone you look at is probably, like one light person I see here. 98% of people are going to see are dark. So why would anybody have an issue with your complexion?
Yeah. If you were to ask me,
what's the issue?
I feel, apart from her complexion, I feel this is exactly why people rejoice in other people's misfortunes is people love to see the downfall of other people because they are so unhappy with their own lives. It has got very little to do with her skin. But I feel people arrive at that conclusion because they are very dissatisfied with their own lives. So the only way that they can feel better about themselves is by attacking somebody else.
Like in your case, the person who brought this issue up
check this out.
Yeah.
Iris is light-skinned. But whenever Iris does something, they don't attack her skin, they attack the porn thing.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So pick any single person. If it was an issue to do with complexion, then the light-skinned people would be immune to this. But they look for the one thing that they can attack. They can't attack her personality, they can't attack her music. So the only one thing that they think they can go to is the complexion. So if tomorrow you woke up and you were light-skinned, best believe they're gonna pick something else.
Yeah, but colorism is a real thing, and light-skinned people go through it. Genuinely do. There's prejudice around people who are light-skinned, and it affects their day-to-day lives in ways that you can't imagine because you don't live underneath their skin. And I have lived with this thing all my life. I've grown up understanding that I'm not the preferred form of existence.
But hold on.
Just the society. You would be walking. When I was in grade 3, I had a very, very beautiful light-skinned friend. She was like my best friend. And we would walk together and people would call her and then they'd be like, you were. And then from the intensity of the calling, whoever looks, back first, they'll be like, not you, and and it would be so obvious it's got nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if people are paying compliments, they'll be like, today you look a little lighter or somebody, You know what I mean? And that's a compliment in their standard of thinking. All my life I've gone through this, trust me.
And if you start experiencing such from childhood, I'm trying to imagine now, how has this affected you to this day?
Yeah, it's almost as if you were a boy and then you were sodomized, you would be very sensitive when it comes to like little boys being around certain characters. And that's how I am. Like, I'm very sensitive towards young girls, you know, being really dark and existing in this world. So I love the idea of them seeing someone happy, regardless of how they are attacked, because it gives them the thing to say, no, it's something that I can live with and I can overcome. That's the most important thing for me. Yeah.
And then there was...
Go ahead.
And then there was, so many people, like you said, the problem is when so many people start talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Mentally, when we talk about mental health, how do you even handle such? Because if Elson went through that, he would hide away for the longest time, I think. Yeah. How do you handle that? I mean, you're here today on camera again.
I think the bravest thing that anybody can do is cry in public, because people have idolized, being put together, being always strong and stuff like that. So the standard has become unnatural, unrealistic, and I think I see more strength in the presence of adversity, being very vocal about it, because there are times when silence is golden. When a fool speaks, it's better, I believe, to be quiet. But when your abuser is abusing you and you decide to be quiet, you are consenting to it. So there are times when silence is consent, and there are times when silence is golden. So I think it takes wisdom to know when to be quiet and when to speak. And I feel like at the time when there's any form of, let's say, just bullying in general, it shouldn't be okay for people to be quiet. And for me, that was the motive behind reacting the way I reacted. I reacted emotionally because, it plays on your emotions when you see a lot of people saying horrible things about you just because you exist, nothing else.
But don't you think if you cry in public, you're letting the trolls win?
No.
Because that's what they want, no?
No, that's what they want, but no, I don't.
And what are you showing other girls that are like you, that are also being attacked, when they see the person they look up to crying in public because they've been bullied?
After I cry, I come back on stage and I sing. I still, if I produce music and I still thrive, it shows that you can cry and make it. But then there are a lot of people who don't cry, and we hear headlines 2-3 years later that they succumbed to depression.
No, we're not saying don't cry.
I'm saying cry in public, because a lot of people have been strong till the last moment. No, the last post that this person made, he was joking, he was laughing.
No, you're not getting my point.
It's a survival mechanism.
I'm not saying don't cry.
In public, let the trolls think they won. If that's where your survival depends on, do it.
But do you think that they will stop if they have seen that, okay, so I have this much power?
I believe that if injustice will never stop, any form of injustice or inequality never stop, we shouldn't stop fighting it. In any thoughts, in any ways, never stop fighting. Because it will never stop. Do you think cyberbullying is going to stop for dark skins? No, it will never stop.
But even for light skins, like he said.
Yes, there's prejudice against them too.
Yeah.
And they go through a lot. Yes, I do a no colorism campaign with Bombshell, and I know for a fact my mother is light skinned.
But you know what I'm not getting is, I'm looking at you right now. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't see anything wrong with your complexion.
No.
So I don't get this thing of calling you a darkie or, calling your complexion anything bad or anything. Yeah.
It's really not about, I think just the standard of celebrity is different. Yeah, you're supposed to look a certain way.
If you're famous, you're a celebrity, you're supposed to be...
qualify to be called
You're
beautiful.
supposed to be what? Bombshell, Clear Eyes Queen, Salma, light skin, or...
All those are very beautiful. And and for people to call you beautiful sometimes when you're dark, it's a pity party. Like, oh, you're so beautiful. Keep your head up. Yeah.
Spice, you know her? The
from Jamaica?
Did you see this? That's I don't want to call it a campaign, but where she edited, I don't know if she edited, but she she had a video where she came out and she's light skinned. Did you see that?
Haven't followed that. No.
So it was an experiment to see how people would react to her if suddenly she was to bleach and become light skinned.
Yeah. And
How did that go?
And the comments were a lot more positive.
When
And then
she got
she
light
washed
skin.
off. Yeah, and then she washed off the makeup.
oh wow.
I'll look for that documentary for you. I think it's a music video or something.
Is that the same point you're trying to raise? Like if you're light skinned, people perceive you a certain way.
No, there's a certain
Yeah.
standard. And also, like I'm saying, Bombshell and I are showing two different ends of the spectrum when it comes to colorism. Because it's not fair that you have a prejudice against light-skinned girls and you have a prejudice against dark-skinned girls. And the violence is expressed in different ways. Like verbal violence is expressed in different ways. You know what I mean? And just because for a long time people haven't been vocal about it doesn't mean it hasn't existed. I've just chosen, like I said, like I want to emphasize on the word chosen because I've made a conscious decision to carry the Lord. Nobody has imposed it on me. You know what I mean? I could have been, like there's so many people like me who've just been like, you know what, I'm going to live my life. Whether people think I'm ugly or beautiful or they hate my skin or you know what I mean. But the biggest issue was me having pimples.
Yeah.
And like my skin is
You and I have like similar skin.
yes.
Yours is worse.
Yeah, mine is worse, and I
so-
live with it.
Yeah,
You got potholes on your face.
yeah, but then you
And I laugh about it. You know what I mean?
And then I'm
Yeah.
not uncomfortable to take selfies. That's the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not uncomfortable to take selfies and share that with people. But then if someone is going to make me uncomfortable, the only way that people want me to take selfies is when I have makeup on, like a full face bit on.
Wait, people
Who
want
are-
you to take
Yeah.
selfies when you have makeup on?
Yes, that was the biggest issue.
Entitled sons of bitches.
I mean, why would you want
The fuck?
the person you want to take a photo to suit your standards before you?
You know, because what is the conversation about when you talk about that particular selfie that was circulating?
Yeah.
The issue was that, oh, she's got pimples. But had I had makeup on, were you
Yeah.
going to see the pimples? No. So the whole, for me, what communicates to me is that people don't prefer me to express myself as I am.
Let me ask you a
What's
question.
the- oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but I read or I heard about this somewhere that the photo was on purpose edited.
Yes.
To make it darker, I think. Or
Not
was
darker, like to add
More pimples?
something, like to make it look rough.
it?
Raw.
So was that how it was meant to be, or someone did that out of malice?
I think someone did that out of malice. And I was told to sue and what?
Do you know who did it?
I can pursue that. I've just been in a place where I've been dealing with like a lot of other things that are more severe than that thing.
That was a Coca-Cola ad, right?
Yeah.
And that sort of overshadowed the actual commercial.
Yeah, people should
Because
have
people
been
then stopped talking about the product
Yeah.
and started talking about you.
Yeah. So yeah, like this is why I'm telling Kalenga that had I put on makeup for that ad, people would be like, oh, cute, Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just me being me is offensive. That's what
And
it is.
how did Coke react to this?
They didn't react. We continued working until the tenure of the agreement.
So don't you also get sort of, has it ever happened where you now then get sidelined by certain companies and they say, oh, because of the noise that happened with Coca-Cola,
I
let's
wouldn't know.
avoid using her as, that's never happened?
I'm thinking the
wouldn't
same,
know.
which is why maybe you should go up to these people and set an example of some sort. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't know what happens in the board meetings, but yeah, it does affect me negatively.
Because not to say they've got anything against your music or who you are as a
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
but you know, brands are they're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are so many brands. Who's this? Some internet company that wouldn't advertise with us because of me, because I've got a foul mouth, because they are scared of backlash.
Now they'll come. Don't worry. They said March. They should be with us in March.
Well, they fucking should.
Wezi. Oh, food is here.
You can create some space for
Yeah. Let's create some space for.
Thank you. Oh my God. Ah, wow.
Oh,
So
Wezi
are
is
you
the
going to tell
vegetarian,
us
by the way.
what we have here?
this is vegetarian.
What's vegetarian?
Vegetarian potatoes.
She doesn't like any kind of meat in her.
Oh, that's-
No, is that wrong, was it?
I don't appreciate it. That's the question.
What don't you appreciate?
That sentence.
Meat. Huh?
This is a vegetarian.
Okay.
As well as this.
Is this table going to sit?
When he said the exact same thing, you did not say you did not appreciate it.
Yeah, not because
Also, it's because it's coming from me.
It's fine. No, it's
Because
fine.
I don't have puddles on my face like he does.
Oh wow.
Because he said the exact same thing before the cameras came on.
This creates
No,
space.
continue.
So this is for the.
Now it's a fuck up or table.
I see what's going on here. I see
All
what
right,
is
so
going on here.
what meat is this?
This is goat meat.
This is sweet.
Guacamole.
Okay.
Nice
Greek salad there.
potato wedges.
Okay.
Some herbs. This is
Potato
just
wedges and herbs and the plain one.
kachumbari.
Kachumbari.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Chief.
Could we wash our hands, maybe?
Yeah.
I think about.
Because I really can't wait to taste the goat, man.
Yeah.
How are we going to talk while eating?
We will.
So some.
We've got experience now, mass experience.
Guacha, good morning, Zambia. Today is part 9 of Somewhere in Zambia. Somewhere in Zambia. The Kunda Lila Falls. Located in Kanona, Surenje district, set in an area of scenic meadows and forests on the edge of the Muchinga escarpment. This unique combination of waterfall and rock formations falls 70 meters, nourishing the natural botanical garden that surrounds it. Kunda Lila, which means crying dove, was declared a National Heritage Site in 1964. Today, local and international tourists go sightseeing, camping, and even cool down in the deep natural pool at the foot of the hills. Welcome to Zambia. Let's explore.
Oh, there's more food that side. Wow. It's like a Chilanga Monilo happening right here.
What is going on here?
Alright, boss. Sorry, just to create a bit more space here.
Mandini na matipoti abiri pan.
I know, right? Are you still using yours here?
They say they never really miss you till you're dead or you're gone.
Anywho, so whoa, we're talking about the Coke ad, and so was that the intention of the production to make you look as natural, raw
No.
as possible?
So
Oh, crap! Somebody edited
Yes.
the image afterwards.
yeah, but for
Wow.
me, this is how I present myself unapologetically. You know,
Yes.
I'm just given this task to find myself interacting with a product. You know what I mean? They don't give you specifics, just the way that you naturally express yourself.
Yeah.
And that's how I express myself. Without fear, I take selfies with the potholes on my face. And
No, you don't. He does.
Oh, with the mountains on my face because it's pimples.
No, you're pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm busy staring at her right now, trying to think what people have against, and I think true to
She's
your
got an
point.
awesome body too.
My point exactly. I think more
Oh,
to
that was your point?
more
She's got an awesome body?
that too, but more to my point is the fact that if people can
Hold on.
achieve,
You don't appreciate that too?
Also,
Don't choke.
also, and what's wrong with you?
You know the podcast that you walked into?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
he was dropped as a baby, so don't worry.
I did not get enough hugs as a child.
And hugs. He didn't get enough food.
You were saying?
Crap, I've even lost my point now.
I'm
But
so
I think there's
sorry.
something about more to your point where when you reach a certain level, people attack you just for the sake
Absolutely.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't take it personal. Like I said, when you see
Yeah,
someone,
but you took it personal by responding the way
Yes.
you did. Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you. Like I live in my skin. It's personal. I have to choose what to respond to and what not to respond to. There are times when silence is consent, and there are times when silence is golden. And when I talk about skin, my skin, I'm talking about people living with albinism. Okay? People living with vitiligo, people living with different forms of skin conditions, like, you know, that severe acne
Yeah.
and whatever. Those are the people that reach out to me. Those are the people that relate the most to me. And the music that I make, if you listen to anything that I've written in the past, is about glorifying who I am regardless of how people don't. Because I have grown up defeating on a daily basis insecurities that people imposed on me because of their opinions about me.
Exactly.
I have never ever thought in my life that I was any less than who I am. Because
Applause.
I grew up in a family I grew up in a family that does not show any discrimination towards my existence. You know what I mean? I always brag about how my grandmother used to look me in the face and always says, "Wow, you know, you're so beautiful." She used to say it in Chikunda, you know what I mean? How would you grow up doubting your whatever? Because the people that matter the most to me, like when I look at the reflection of my image in my mother's eyes when she looks at me, I see nothing ugly. And that's who that matters. That's whose eyes matter when she looks at me. When another person who hates me looks at me and they look at me and my image looks a bit crooked, I'm not bothered because it's not coming from a place of love. You get what I mean? So when I speak and I take it personal, it's because I am personal and I don't speak for myself each time. If you've noticed something about me is that I don't believe in speaking for myself. Each time I stand up for myself, I know that I'm standing up vicariously for someone who can't speak, who doesn't have the platform that I have.
You got very pretty eyes too, speaking of.
Wow. Many thanks.
I'm happy you mentioned.
I'm sure you get that a lot, right? Compliments on your eyes.
Yeah, no, not a lot. Like, enough.
Enough.
I don't know what to say. Can we skip talks about looks?
Aww. You're weird with compliments, hey?
Yeah.
Are you dating?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound convincing.
That's what I'm busy
No,
saying
like
that,
I'm in a very stable relationship with Koulibaly and Lukaku in my head. So that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
There was a joke there that I missed, right?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Because
the footballers playing in the Premier League that she crushes on.
no,
And in her
Lukaku
head,
is
she's dating
in
them.
Inter Milan.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a soccer fan. Same here. That's why he doesn't even know.
Yeah, so let's
that these
skip
names are in
it. Let's
soccer.
skip it.
Is that relationship consensual? Do you...
No, they don't know me, but I do DM them, hoping one day I'm that hi, hello,
Until
hello.
one day.
don't be that girl.
I am that girl. All day, every
With
day.
no shame in your game.
No shame, proud.
We all have that one girl in our DMs, don't we?
Put it on a placard type of person. I'm so proud.
She doesn't understand. It doesn't matter how many times you blue tick her.
Yes.
She's going to text
I
the
am
day
that
after
girl.
and the day after that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her like...
I ignored you yesterday. Nothing has changed.
Listen, I've got higher hopes for you in life.
No,
Don't do this to yourself.
I do. I say hi to Lukaku on a daily basis. Hi.
Does he
hello.
read them?
No, he doesn't even open his
I'm
DMs.
sure your message is drowning in the millions of other messages that you
True.
receive.
I know that for a fact,
So.
but it just satisfies me that I always make the effort.
Because you talked about people who come to you. There's people with albinism. There's people with other skin conditions and things like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing for these people that come to you?
So, besides the no colorism campaign, I also work closely with other organizations with similar causes. Like John Chitty is he the CEO? I think he's the I don't know. He's the creator of an organization that deals with, I don't remember the name. I really wish I could remember. Albinism matters. There's sometimes it's about convening and hearing people speak. It's like a therapy session.
With albinism, it actually even goes a step further because in some countries they associate albinos with...
Don't call them albinos. People living with albinism. I'm just giving you a correction because they don't like
This
that.
is the politically correct
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
term.
So what are they called?
People living
People living with
albinism. Just for the sake of me calling
So
it
when
that
you're describing
for
a
them.
person that's
No,
running
just call it that. Let's not argue.
Just-
You can
for the
call
sake of
for
this
the sake
interview,
of this.
Elson?
Yes. When we're done,
No,
you can call
I want to
them
understand.
that.
Hold on. So if a person living with albinism steals my phone and runs away, I'll say, hey, can you stop that person living with albinism?
But why do you have to use that example?
You're describing them.
Okay, why can't you
Okay,
just say, no,
anyway.
somebody has collapsed and somebody living with albinism has collapsed? Why can't you, it has to be like, he's stolen my phone?
Who? Describe them.
You had a question.
Yes.
In some countries, they like their body parts are actually used for rituals.
Yeah, there's a lot of that happening in East
Don't
Africa,
say some
especially.
countries, because even
A
in
lot,
Zambia,
a
some
lot.
such things have been recorded. A young girl's hand was cut off not too long ago. It was in the news like a couple of years back. And, there's medical bills. There's therapy sessions to be had for her and the family and whatever. So those are the organizations that I encourage people to support. When we talk about skin issues and discrimination, it goes that far.
Yeah. Now you can bring it. You can bring it.
No, you're talking about what you do.
Yeah,
as
so
an
I'm saying I
individual.
work to to amplify the voices of these organizations that exist.
Bless you.
Because they do need funding. So if me talking about albinism, lives matter here in Zambia, the organization, whatever, someone will look them up on social media and will want to work with them and send money to them because there's a lot of people that need therapy sessions, medical issues, because they are skin cancer prone.
Yeah.
And there are people who can't afford, like they literally, grew up or were born into families that are not as privileged as some of us.
Something that I've always wanted to know, and this is going to sound so ignorant.
Wow. Let's go.
So, a person living with albinism, can they drive?
Yes.
Because I know they're short-sighted, right?
Yeah, it depends on the severity because it's not like one shoe fits all. There's different intensities.
Yeah, so for those that are short-sighted, are they described? Because you have to like
No, but
read
those
road
that are
signs
okay,
from-
that can manage their eyesight, I think they can do certain things that others can't do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a thing. I didn't know.
Yeah, because
The short-
Yeah,
Sightedness.
no, it's not always like. I'll just say I don't want to speak out of ignorance. They've got eye issues also.
Sad, man. I didn't know.
Yeah. Try to get acquainted with
a person living with albinism.
just different living conditions, intellectual disabilities,
Yeah.
physical disabilities, and all that stuff. Try because you don't want to not know, especially someone in media. How do you not know that they have
I'm
issues?
shocked, man. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's ignorant.
Yeah,
Wow.
I am over that issue. I am. Wezi,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, we brought you here because we are mental health advocates and
Yeah.
stuff. So when you were going through that issue,
Yeah.
the Coca-Cola advert, all that issue going wrong, did you go for any therapy? How did you just deal with this on your own?
Like
do you
I
believe
said-
in therapy?
Like I said, I don't know if you heard me earlier on. I said
I did.
I said I was going through issues that are way, way, way bigger than that situation. So imagine I was going through therapy before that situation. Dr. Naim will tell you. Dr. Naim will tell you this.
Oh, he's your
No, he's a
Therapist?
friend of mine.
Right.
So he recommends, people that I can speak to. I haven't been okay in a very long time. I can't wake up. I reached a point where this is my first time sitting with any media,
yeah. You mentioned when I called you the
whatever,
other day.
in like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, because I'm scared of people asking me, how are you? I might break down. That's how fragile
It's
I've
okay to
been.
break down.
No, because you see, there's a difference. The way I broke down there, it was typing. You can't see how broken I am. There are layers and levels to it, and I feel like there's a certain level where you only people that are intimate to me that can see me break down to that level, and I leave that for my mom and my siblings.
Right.
Yeah, but
You're very strong, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, true.
but yeah, I've been
I'm not
avoiding
as strong
it.
as you are.
Like I said, what you went through, if he went through,
I'm a sensitive little bitch.
Listen to this. Yeah, it's very sensitive little bitch. There are times when we post maybe even a photo of him and I on our social media pages. If there's even one negative comment about him on that, day spoiled. He's going home to curl up like a fetus.
No.
Yep, that's me.
No. So yeah, I was avoiding because I reached a point where I couldn't even want to hear the question. Like from you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a long time, so I was afraid like if you look me in the eyes and tell me how have you been, I would cry. And I didn't want that because I was going through so much. I was avoiding the question, how are you? Not nothing else, just how
Yeah.
are you? I was like, I can't. So I was just like, sometimes you have to weigh yourself, like your energies. Are you going to lift a 50 kg bag? You haven't eaten anything before day.
I know I would have been the right place to ask this on camera, especially.
Yeah.
Ask it, nigga.
Like, what have you been going through? But maybe I should ask.
No, I wouldn't tell you, but I'll just tell you it's hell. It's
Serious?
hell, yeah. It's hell. I've been depressed, and I think that, you see, being an empath also, it's not okay. Because for instance, like the way that another person will be like, oh, too bad, this has happened. So my depression started when Frank Mugala got shot. That really messed me up. It really. You see, I'm still not ready for interviews because it makes me think of how rotten our society is for somebody to be born in the ghetto and be gunned down, and it's like, It's like, have you ever run over a dog? And then people are just like, oh, and then you move on. That's a boy, a little boy, and he got gunned down. And what radical thing was done besides the boost protest? You know? What policies?
This is a platform you could use to speak.
What policies have been made to change that?
Again,
so,
yeah.
like for me, it all started there. Like, I couldn't sleep. I regret watching that video. I regret, like, one of my biggest regrets in life is watching Frank Mugala lay down on a pavement with his books. He's in school uniform and he's wearing his little school shoes and he's at his school. You know what I mean? Like, and to believe this is Zambia and not Afghanistan, Baghdad. That, for me, that's where, and I can't control it. Like, I wish I could just wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. But every day, it's like I close my eyes and that's the only thing I can see.
What was that? That was like 3 years ago, yeah?
Yeah. On the 14th of February. I remember it like it was an ordinary day. And the social media, the first thing you see is that's like a video. Like, and you know this WhatsApp group, you open it, you know? And what breaks my heart is like, you have children, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 girls, yeah.
The last thing that you want is someone breaking the news to you via social media. Like, have you seen what's trending on social media and you open and you see your daughter laying down dead? You know what I mean? And that's how the family found out. All that, there's nothing normal about all that. Yeah. So I've been depressed from that day. And then so many other things were happening. I was just like, I'm not okay. I haven't been okay in a long time. So my own issues plus like things that I really wish I could shake. Like, this is not my family. I don't care. This is not my family. I wish I was like everybody else. But for me, no. I lost my appetite. Anybody who knows me will tell you I lost weight.
How often do you go for therapy?
Every week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you paying for this? Cash out of your pocket or medical aid?
I don't know. What's that? Medical aid? No.
Like Nima kind of
Because you know
arrangements,
Nima also covers mental health.
Yeah. I think I was recommended to get on it now.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
Because I know it gets extremely strenuous, depending on your therapist and how much they charge, especially if you're doing it weekly.
Yeah.
And I wish there were more organizations like Nima
You
that
see,
would...
like potential vegetarian. Did you like that?
He didn't eat it,
I
I
didn't
did.
taste it.
For real? Oh.
You know there's 2 people here, right?
Sorry, no, I literally thought
This is the second time.
No,
the first time you went to Kalinga, like, so how long is this interview going to be? Because I've got baking class. I'm like, why are you asking
Okay, what time
him?
is
There's
it? I
2
have to go
people
to
here.
class.
Oh crap, we're coming to that. Yeah.
What time is it? Sorry,
It's still like 40 minutes.
Also, and I'm really sorry about
No, it's okay.
overlooking him.
I'm furniture.
I didn't.
She could never look at you because the last time we met, we created this family.
Yeah.
We just, like, became siblings in a day.
Like you know why you're so special? Because I dropped my first song
Yeah.
in 2013.
Ooh. Means that I broke my... And my mind took me elsewhere.
God bless you. I broke my first song. I dropped. I swear, also. Anyway, 2013.
Yeah.
So I came, one of Flavor FM, the interview I had with you was one of the first ones in my career.
Yeah.
And everybody who was like interviewing me and receiving me was looking at me like I could feel that energy where I was feeling like I'm welcome. You know what I mean? Like, you guys were literally welcoming me to this whole industry thing.
And Flavor?
Yeah, you.
Or the whole industry?
Yeah. Gesh. Gesh. My first paying show, it was Gesh.
Oh wow, great.
Like, everybody else will be like,
I'll tell him.
He knows. I told him.
And I'll tell him he said this. I'll tell him he said you brought it up.
Yeah, because before that, people just call you like, sing for exposure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Gesh was like, how much do you want? And I'll be like, ooh.
I'm getting paid finally.
You don't even know if should I charge? Maybe he's going to refuse. Should I charge him?
Yeah.
I'll do it for free. You know what I mean? And you're like, no, there's a budget here. We'll pay for your transportation to Kitwe. We'll pay for your logistics, your lodging, food, and what? For real? Yes. For me, I'll never forget because he was that guy.
I see why Flavor FM is such a such a huge space
Plus,
in
I'm
your
from
heart.
the Copper Belt. Like, I was born and raised on the Copper Belt. And then also, like, DJ LBC was the first ever.
The late.
Yes.
Sad about
Was the
that,
first ever DJ to play my song on radio. And I remember listening, oh my God, radio. You know what I mean? So I remember like the first few people that were like, nah, don't go away. Because I remember, I don't know who at Phoenix was asking me. I think it was Lucci.
Yeah.
Like, you're a soul singer. When you listen to your songs and blah, 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 you don't look the way you sound. Because the music I make is, I don't know, people say it's for elderly people. And I was 18 or 19.
It's mature music, yeah. I remember, I think one of the first songs I played for me was TZP.
Yeah.
There was, I can't remember the others, but you know what my recent favorite is? The J-Rox produced, is it Chidadi? What do you call it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So have you seen TZP is about gender-based violence. And that's like in my entire life, that's like the third song.
Chidadi is what? Sugar Daddies?
Chidadi is about early marriages.
And Sugar Daddies.
And I didn't know anything about being an advocate, being an activist, but I always used to be like an issue-based songwriter. But yeah, I do remember that so much. Thank you for being welcoming, because I feel like if it had sucked, I would have been scared. If I met Elson, you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. What's that mean?
Imagine you being the first person that a person meets in their career on radio. You would have been blunt, a little too blunt maybe,
Yeah.
about any little errors in their music.
No, because I didn't know anything. And you get things wrong when you're learning on the job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I once went to the radio dressed like in, because I'm a hip hop head. So I was wearing like Zone Fam. You know what I mean? And the DJ interviewed me like,
You're dressed hip hop, but you sound so Kalindola.
yeah. So they were like, I think that's when I heard about branding for the first time. Like, you can do this any other day, but when you're presenting yourself as the artist, try to look the way that you want to present yourself. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I think it was Lucci. Shout out to him.
And then at a certain point in your career, Coin played a very instrumental role in sort of...
Camera boy.
What's that?
It's a camera boy.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
it? Oh, Camera Boy Coin. Oh, you know his dad calls him Camera Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, still can't believe he's like an accomplished videographer / producer / entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Coin sort of managed you for a while. How did that go?
He was... Do you know that Coin used to produce? He used to be a rapper?
I've known Coin since he was in his diapers, yeah.
Yeah, so he used to be a rapper, and then he became a producer. So when I was at Unza, he called me and said, I've heard like the songs that you've done with Tishon, could you want to work with me? I said, I don't have money, and he was like, I'll produce them for free. So I think we made 4 or 5 songs, and we made a compilation called Uhai. From those I got, like, I went to So Good, I went to Mojo, and I went to different producers, and then we made that. So me and Coin were like brother and sister, because we used to work. When he knocks off he used to work for the bank, you know that. So when he knocks off from work, instead of resting,
He'll be making your music.
yeah, he'd be making a beat. And sometimes he would even say no, because he's so tired, but he can't tell me he's tired. So he would leave the beat playing and say, keep going through it, and then he would go sleep until tomorrow morning.
Coin loves to sleep.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He managed you for how long?
He didn't per se manage me, but
he produced your music for a while.
And then he was just like, he's that person that you go to when before you drop a song, whether or not he produced it. He's that person that you go to when you're having issues with someone within the industry. You go for advice and stuff like that. So I don't know if you can call that managing. Yeah, but I can just say he's been my brother, because nothing was ever like transactional. Like if ever I worked with him, it was never like, oh, how much are you going to pay me for singing for this project, or vice versa, you know.
And where does elation come in? Peter Sokwani and them, where does elation come in?
Coin introduced me to, because he's a family friend, to Sokwani and the wife.
Sokwani is what? Is Socks?
Socks, yes.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
Yeah.
Socks.
So why don't say Socks?
That's his lawyer name. That's his real name.
That's his real name, Socks, yeah.
Does anybody know him as Sokwani?
That's the
Yes.
thing. I think even judges in court call him Socks.
Also call him Socks, right?
Yeah. So Coin introduced me to those people.
But then you're not, seemingly you're not very active. I don't know if this is because of the depression that you
Yeah, but
mentioned earlier.
how are you going to market your music when you're very sad? Because you have to put your back into it.
Put your back into it.
And then you can't let your manager do everything. You must carry, your artistry.
I'm starting to see something here.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the industry have been saying you've just fallen out because you fell out with your management team, and after you fell out with your management team, things have been going south for you, that things have been going bad in your life. But then I'm starting to see like a relationship between the depression and you falling out, and not necessarily you falling out with your manager and that causing your downfall, kind of.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Downfall?
Kind of. That's the
Yeah.
word in the street.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she hasn't been performing, hasn't been releasing music.
Yeah. I've been avoiding.
That's not downfall though.
Well,
More of a hiatus.
Yeah, I would
if you
call
ask
it
me.
that. I would call it that.
that's why I said per se, in a way.
Yeah. I think that when it comes to elation,
Yeah.
before me, there was no elation. Sokwani, Mr. Socks used to manage J Fuse. So
Whoever that is, yeah.
he's a very brilliant artist.
Okay.
But it's very nice that you say whoever that is, because you don't know, because I was carrying so much because I had dreams for myself and for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did so much. You know, I wrote songs for other artists. I co-produced songs for them. You know, I wrote scripts for videos and stuff like that because nobody tasked me to do it, but I was just that's why I'm saying being an empath is a problem, because I was just like,
You're everybody's mom.
you know what I mean? Like I can't be at the label and be the only one releasing music. So I'd be calling anybody there. What are you doing? Let's go to the studio. You know
But
what I
you
mean?
can't switch that off, right?
No. So I kind of just cut myself out of everybody's life because I can't switch it off. I can't switch off. If I see a problem, I want to deal with it. So I'd rather not be exposed to anybody at that point. So for me, that was the issue that I had, because how many albums did Elation release? You know what I mean? Besides mine and Patience Namadingo. Patience Namadingo, who came to the studio because of me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I brought
You brought him to Elation.
Yeah, because I told, so Patience and Coin were friends, and I told Coin I need to do a song with Patience, and Coin brought Patience to Elation for me. And then during the recording session, Patience walked out of the studio while making the song, and he started talking to Mr. Socks. They came back and they agreed that he signed to the label now, and I was like, woo! This guy is he's so talented.
Yeah.
His voice is beautiful. Anybody who knows me will tell you that from the first time I heard that's Patience Nabandigo's song, I was like, this is an incomparable talent. And to be signed to the same record label as him, I was just like, this is what Elation needs. All these other artists will be inspired. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what the team is doing.
Wait, you guys got Namadingo before he had blown with his, what's that song, Maplani song?
No, it was before my planning. When
Oh, it was before. So
yeah.
Maplani was with Elation.
It was during Elation. Yeah. So
Okay.
for me, it was just like, I was bringing so many people to the studio.
Yeah.
And then when I asked, you know, since now you talk about Chidadi like it's like a recent song. But if I told you that song dropped in 2016,
I was living in Solwezi at that point, and the day I heard that song, I think it was on heavy rotation.
yeah.
Everywhere I went, in the car, in the house, on my phone.
But then I dropped another album under Elation, and I was depressed because there was no music video shot for it, and not just like out of whatever, like let's drop music videos, like this album is out, let's drop music. So music is not hip hop, it's not Afrobeat. You know what I mean? It doesn't have a place in the mainstream awards. You know what I mean? We've got like best R&B, best dance hall, but there's nothing like for soul, because it's like a minority genre.
What? For
Soul.
Huh?
Soul music.
soul?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought like for soul. I was hearing that's for soul.
No, soul music. So
Right.
I'm pushing a genre that is not so popular.
Here, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's different from, I'll tell you this, if I made an R&B song now, I think the reception would be different, because people are very fluent and very conversant with the language that's R&B, you know, treads with. But soul music is something that is very, how many soul artists do you know? Just like even on the continent.
What's her name
You don't
again?
need to name them. Just say I know a few.
Zonke?
Yeah, that's
South Africa, Zonke? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my point. You know, that's my point. It's not like, but if I tell you hip hop artists, you'll be like,
The album can go on all day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I tell you Afrobeat, you'll be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm passionate. I've always believed in pursuing what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about soul music. So, but I understand that you need to be aggressive with marketing soul music for it to be like heard.
So
Who funds your career?
Me,
And how do you make money for that? To do that?
I don't.
So how do you fund it?
I sing. I sing.
So you do make money.
Anyway, so I left Elation
why?
because the album wasn't marketed well, and I let them know. Before I left, I gave them ultimatums. I told them, you know, we've dropped this album. This is what we need to do. This is blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm not just making demands out of like my creativity.
Yeah.
It's like on paper or not on paper or whatever. It's like what we agreed. So how do I have a 12-track album? It has no videos. And you know, my album launch also didn't have like a billboard.
Okay.
Not even like a banner.
And it was an album launch.
Yeah.
So who was there? Who attended?
My family members, my friends, the family members of my band, and friends of management. And it was at Mulungushi International Conference Center.
Oh, so who was supposed to sponsor that? Or to make that happen?
When you own a record label, you are responsible for the artists and the events, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my obligation as a creative is to prepare myself with my appearance, with my vocal. And so I need to make sure that when I go on stage, I kill it. And I do my job as a product to market the event. Right? If you make a schedule, so the record label makes a schedule for me to go to every radio station that you can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go. I showed up at every interview to talk about the album launch. But there was no physical reminder like, oh, this is what's going on. I feel like when you're marketing an event, you need to look.
How about social media? Didn't they hit social media
like,
hard, maybe sponsored ads? Yeah.
Yeah. Social media, like, but there's so much that social media can do.
So were they pushing other artists' work?
No, at that particular point, no.
Or so they just broke, or they didn't care?
That's what I don't understand. But instead of being angry or being
Who owns it?
spiteful,
Or who owned it?
Mr. Socks. So instead of being angry or being spiteful or anything like
Nah,
that,
Socks is my nigga. I'm not gonna say shit about him.
yeah. So instead of being
We
angry
need
or
him for court one day.
being spiteful, I
Yeah.
was understanding because, like I said, I'm an empath. So I was thinking maybe at a point I was very, very bitter. You know what I mean? Because bear in mind that I've been writing songs for other people, working overtime, being a producer, being a singer, being a songwriter, being a manager, being an administrator, just bringing everyone
Yeah.
to it. I'm talking about like everyone. Auntie Mo, James Sakala, anybody who affiliated themselves to Elation, writing. Just even bring like the designers that dress up the artists.
Yeah.
Me bringing those. It wasn't my job as an artist. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if I did that, I also expect you to reciprocate that energy. But
So-
then it wasn't. And I left. Not because I was bitter, I was sad. And then after that, I got out of it. And then other stuff started to happen that made me even more sad.
Did this add to your already existing depression
Yes, it made me sad because music is the only thing that makes me happy consistently. And if you taint that thing, at a
Yeah.
certain point I hated singing. I just hated singing.
then? Wow.
Yeah.
But how's it going for you now? Are you still releasing work? I know
No.
the past 3 years has been a bit slow, but are you still
No.
putting pen to paper,
Yeah, I always write
writing songs through your depression?
Yeah, I write and record. I write and
serious?
record, but I'm not interested in. You know, I'm at a point where I don't even know if I'll ever be interested again in releasing music because
Serious?
I just write songs, I record them, I play the guitar, I do whatever. I'm just.
But why don't you give these songs to maybe upcoming artists or other artists to, work with? At least that way you can,
I don't
release
like.
vicariously through other people, through other artists.
So if you've heard like the way that I write songs, they're very personal to me. So I wouldn't trust anybody to translate or interpret my story or my voice or my pain. I don't trust people anyhow.
But
But as an artist, writers do that all the time.
I'm not your typical writer. Yeah, there are people who just be like, I know K Plus's personality, I'll write him this song. I know Elson's personality, I'll write him this song. For me as a writer, I write from here. I have to center myself, I have to meditate, and I'll write. And I don't write with Elson in mind or whatever. But if I'm in the studio with you and you expect or you request that I help you with lyrics, I will. But I never stay home and write a song that is very intimate to me and give it to someone else.
If all you're doing with your life right now is writing songs and just keeping them in your bedroom, what are you doing for a living now? 'Cause
I sing.
She says she sings. Were you listening to the show?
no. I'm trying to look. How often do you sing?
Very often. I see.
Because she's talking about she doesn't do this often anymore because of the depression and
No,
stuff.
like,
So I'm trying to understand.
I don't make.
Maybe you'll get a better answer because she likes you more.
I don't make public appearances. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
most of the events that I go to are private events.
Oh, like last time we met was at a Toyota event. I was a DJ. You were singing. Yeah.
Those are the events that I do now.
So do they pay you well?
They must, because I really can't leave my bedroom for no good reason.
So how much do they pay you?
I can't disclose that because like for real, like
Yeah.
the prices change.
According to who is calling you?
No, according to the year and according to what I bring.
Oh, wait,
So-
what do you mean according to the year?
What I used to charge in 2016 is not what I'm going to charge you in 2023.
Yesterday's price, not
It's not
today's
today's price.
No.
That was who fed Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, my band in 2016 was like 5 people. Now my band these days is like 9 people.
You're the opposite of what we are doing.
What?
Our band is growing smaller.
Our band is growing smaller.
Wow.
We got one person now who soon might go if he does not put images when he's supposed to put them and how he's supposed to put them. No, I'm looking at you, not the camera, Lamek. How are people supposed to know that was the Radisson Blue?
What's still on that? Oh wow. What's still on that? From 2 episodes ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the money part. Anyway, I was just worried because
You were worried?
yeah, it was.
What, did you wanna give her some?
She's my friend. Yeah,
Some money, that is.
maybe.
Anyway,
She says she's celibate now, right? So I
I
will
don't discuss celibacy or what in public. That has got nothing to do with anybody, not even you.
Who?
You. Why should I be discussing celibacy? What with individuals?
I
What?
thought you did though.
No, with who?
Earlier.
With who?
With him.
But I've known him for over 10 years.
I thought you said anybody. He's a body.
No. When I said not just anybody, it means like there's a people. There's a not just
Also, just not me.
Not just anybody. Look at that waiter. I start telling him about celibacy.
And not just
look
any,
at- you know what I mean?
And not just any celibacy, your celibacy.
You know what I mean? No, like anybody's celibacy. We can't just be. He's a free spirit. He can talk about anything, but you must know that we are all different. Like some of us, we are cultured differently. Our parents told us certain things you keep to yourselves.
You heard that?
I did.
Anything else?
Anything else that? Are you asking if there's anything else that he might bring up that's off limits? Anything else you?
I asked her when we were there, is there anything off limits?
She said
No.
Wezi.
Why do our bows and what bows are we?
You
What?
you said no.
And I'm that a lot. Not that you know, no.
Did you give me a list? You know, my mind reading capabilities don't work when it's cloudy. It's very difficult for me to read minds when it's cloudy.
Big ass problem. I was asking that because I was a bit worried last week when we were talking. Is it last week? Yeah. Yeah, last week as well. Every time I call you in bed. So I was wondering, does she do anything? That's why I asked
She
about.
says she's...
Don't bring up bedroom issues here. I was just wondering why every time I'd call her at 11, 12, you'd be in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if there's anything
Because,
else happening in your life. That's why I asked that question, yeah.
Like, if I don't have like this or like a class,
Yeah.
I really don't want to stumble across other people's negative energies because I'm in a delicate place.
Yeah, true.
And I'm being very patient with myself because I'm thinking maybe this depression might last 10 years.
Come on, why would you? What?
No, I'm just thinking, I'm not being pessimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it lasted from when was Frank killed?
That was what, 2017, 18?
Yeah, it's been like 3 years, yeah.
Going to 4 now, yeah.
So if it can last that long, I'm being patient with myself.
You know why maybe I'm not understanding this depression thing very well? I've never been depressed before. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know how to get into it, how to get out of it.
Depression and being depressed are different. I've told you this.
Yeah, but my point
Kalenga.
is, I'm trying to understand what would take her out of it. You know what I mean? What does it take? What should
It's
a
a
therapist
process.
do? Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I've never been there
Okay,
before.
so let me
That's why I'm asking these questions.
Let me give you
Yeah.
an example. If somebody run you over, na moto kakubunga, pa!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then your doctor says, yeah, you are lucky. You are lucky that you walk again, but it will take a while for you to heal. You need physiotherapy. You need to drink lots of water. You need to adhere to your medication. You see what I mean? That's how depression is. It's just like, it's an injury, but it's emotional. And some of these therapies, like a spinal cord injury, could take a decade.
Serious, huh?
And it doesn't always have to be a traumatic experience.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It could be hereditary, you could be born with it, it could be a chemical imbalance. And the one thing that I'm against is medicating somebody that has got depression, but some doctors do that where they put you on ADD or other medication to make you feel normal. But I'm against it because I feel you become dependent on it. So
true.
I feel if you go to therapy and take your time, where every single time that you feel a certain way, you either get into a routine where you talk to somebody, or you go in a place where you are able to either calm yourself down. People are different, like you said. I would feel worse if I was to do what you did, which is seclude myself or close myself up, because my thoughts would fuck me up. My conscience is the one thing that I have a back and forth with. So what I would like to do is be in a place like this. I'm alone, but I am out in the open, or I take a drive, or I go fishing, or I go hiking, just never in the house.
Wow.
What did you scoffle at, the hiking or the fishing part?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like a Zambian version. If you live Kwakanyama and then you are depressed, that level is...
No, but people are different.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I know so many people that I go hiking with that live in the places that you have just said.
Yeah, I'm just saying, on your own, right?
What
Yeah,
have you,
go hiking
what
on my
have you
own.
tried and what feels like
State Lodge, where the
it
red
could work?
container is.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful mountain where you can go hiking.
That's what I'm saying. You what do you call different?
But in your case, have you tried anything that you feel maybe takes you closer to get out of depression, maybe?
Yeah.
Apart from the music? Or it's just the music?
I'm surrounded by people that I feel safe around.
Right.
Yeah. A long time ago, I used to be very careless with my energy. I used to mingle with anything, and then you know what I mean? Like any person. So even when you called me, I had to ask myself 3 times, am I strong enough to handle this frequency? Because I really never know. There are things,
How's it so far?
the triggers are there.
I could tell, which is why we did not even mobilize like the crew until you confirmed it for 11 hours today?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it took
crowds
like
make
3
me nervous.
phone calls to get through to you. But you did explain why you've put layers around you.
So how's it been so far?
Yeah.
Our conversation.
Yeah.
It's therapy, right? Thank you very much. Moving on.
Let her say what she wants to say.
Moving on.
Would answer his question before he strangles me. Yeah?
It's
okay so far.
So far, so good.
I brought the horrible parts of it, huh?
No.
She's okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, she's okay. Let's talk about the baking, man. How's
You have a
that
very pretty
going?
smile.
No.
She does.
What?
You have a very pretty
You've got
smile.
a very pretty smile.
I'm just hot, Palast.
Fala-
Because you know
Sorry,
your
you don't want people to
eyes,
attack
your
you.
journey.
It's my first time seeing you.
No, for real.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing you.
you are a hot cake.
I'm baking today.
That's
first one that I asked when you told me that
Now
you are
segue
baking,
to the next question,
why
yeah.
is everybody baking?
No,
Kidis is baking,
Muzukanji,
Muzukanji is
yeah.
baking.
What's up with you guys, females in the industry in baking?
and first of all, I'm not aware of what other people are doing. When
Yeah.
I got this invitation, as you have said, I'm always in my room. So when I was weighing within myself, is it an experience that I would like to have for a change instead of staying in my room? Because if I didn't agree to do this, I'd be at
still
home.
in bed.
Yes, I would be reading a book because I'm a.
What are you reading right now?
Are you gonna answer this question first? What's up with this baking? Everyone's baking.
So
All of a sudden,
I
everyone's
can't
a baker.
answer for everyone. Can I answer for myself?
Yeah.
This is the White Line School of Entrepreneurship. I believe in their cause because not everybody is going to have the credentials to become an accountant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A doctor. And wow, you can even learn how to do makeup and then create an income for yourself. And then if you want to take yourself to school, instead of like depending on K plus or
Right.
what, you know what I mean? People are now desperate for face beats. So when you learn, and that's what they teach, baking, they teach decor, like events,
Right.
decor,
Is it the same
and
company
baking.
that Kidist and Muzukanji?
I don't know. I think Mwizu's children went for the White Line baking course. So they asked me, amongst all these things, events planning, decor, makeup, what are you interested in learning? I said baking. So that's why I decided, because when I agreed to do this, I'm going in as a sponsor for everybody that wants to attend this baking class with me. So that when they learn, they go, and if they live somewhere and they can bake and create some money for themselves, that's what I'm encouraging for young children or young people,
Yeah.
to not fully depend on their parents or their guardians, but also to have a skill that no one can. People can steal money from your pockets every day, can snatch your bag when you're in town, but what you have in your head, you can go and make money for yourself. So that's what I went there, because I want to encourage people to have a skill.
Right. So you're not doing it because you want to start a bakery or...
No, for me,
Yeah.
no. I also want to. Maybe one day I will bake for my mom. You know what I mean?
Or for me?
Why would I bake for you?
Because we are friends,
We're friends.
Oh, you are now.
Oh yeah,
aren't we?
yeah.
Why are you looking at him
We
for
are
approval?
bishops.
She's looking at me
He's
for
ordaining us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wezi, this is Elson.
Is that how you ordain people?
He is a very good friend of mine. I've known him for like a year and a month and 2 weeks. And he hasn't been that bad so far.
Why is he laughing?
Why are you laughing, Lamek?
Why are you laughing?
Did you hear that part? He hasn't been that bad of a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been my moments.
He's got his moments. Yeah. But he'll make you laugh. He'll lend you money when you need it. I lend him money as well. So when you need money for cake, ingredients, he'll show up.
Oh, that's one thing about me. I don't like the idea of lending and borrowing.
But that's how businesses grow. So what do you mean?
I exclude myself from that system. Yeah.
Do you have any kids?
Not of my own, yeah, but I do have kids.
Okay. Would you like to have kids of your own?
Are you offering to give a kid?
Possibly. Did you see that ass?
Oh man.
Did you see that ass though?
No.
No?
She's my friend. I focus
Do
on
you
other
wanna get up and turn around? Maybe?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think that's a nice thing. Imagine if I told you to stand up.
I would.
Why?
Because you've asked me to stand up.
I think those
You
things,
follow instructions.
Follow instructions.
I think those things are very sexist.
Why? I've been objectified.
No, so you have to just go around and objectify people.
No. Why do you think it's sexy? Because you have zoned down on sexism.
No, I
It has got
haven't.
nothing to do. Yeah, you said it's
I
sexist.
haven't. I feel like it's sexist when I
Why?
say something that is, because I don't think you've asked any of your guests to stand up and show them their bum.
Yes, I have.
How many of them?
Cleo, I have.
Who else?
I don't know, 3, 4. I don't keep track.
My point exactly.
Which is what?
Did you tell Dr. Naim to stand up and turn around?
He's as short as I am. What's there to see?
He can stand at the table.
And do what?
Show your bum bum.
Ah, wait. There's nothing there to see.
My point
And
exactly.
besides, I'm not into guys. So why the hell would I want to be?
Because you're not sexist.
Say again.
Because you're not sexist.
Hey, I like what I like.
Yes, but
Yes.
then just asking people to stand up and show them your bum is not.
I never said anything about the bum.
What were you you telling K plus?
That you have got a nice ass
And then you told me to do what?
to stand up.
And then?
But what's that relation with the bum?
Don't act dumb.
No, it was your height. I wanted him to see. That would make a perfect
He's
match
told you,
because we are the same height.
He's told you we've known each other from 2013.
But he hasn't seen what we look like next to each other.
All right,
No.
children.
Way.
Quiet down,
No.
children. Quiet down,
No.
children. Listen. So Wezi,
Takomfaka.
I need to ask a very radio kind of question. So
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Don't ask that bullshit ass question.
nah. I'm just trying to understand, like, of course you've explained things that you're going through that are
Yes.
happening in your life right now.
Yes.
And there's a lot of music that you're writing that you're just keeping in your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm not saying I never release it. I'm just saying
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, is that really the question?
She's about to answer, yeah.
No, don't answer that bullshit ass question.
Okay, but I'll
Say
give
that
you.
for
No,
radio.
Listen,
No, but I'll give you the answer nicely.
Here's my point.
Let me give you the answer
Yeah.
nicely. I don't allow myself to dwell so much in the past or to think so far ahead
In the future.
because it gives me anxiety.
No, that's a dumb question. I was just playing, but I'm just trying to imagine,
You
like,
better have been.
yeah. Look, my point is, you've described what you've been going through, right?
Yeah.
What next?
That's not a stupid
What-
question.
Yeah, I go for baking. Like I didn't. If
And
you
then she
asked
goes
me
to bed.
Yes. If you told me last week, where do you see? I wouldn't have imagined that I would be here. You see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I don't plan these things.
She doesn't plan these things. Have you been listening to what she says?
And after everything
The
that
only-
happened last year,
Yeah, she
I
finished
don't.
talking. I'll
After
follow
everything
up.
that happened last year, I feel like I shouldn't even ask. I just have to hope for the best.
What happened last year?
With everything that's been happening with Enoch Mwepo and everything, if there's something that you can learn from it,
Yeah.
is like
You can't-
expectation
Yeah,
is the
true.
mother of disappointment.
No.
I always say
Yeah.
manage your expectations.
No, but some expectations are like reflexes. You do not premeditate the next time you will blink. So if you're going in training and you're going on whatever, you are expecting yourself to give it a good performance because you're preparing yourself for a game. And then you go to the hospital and they tell you should never play football again.
Yeah.
I asked that question because I just really look forward to another album from you. I've been listening to a lot of your old songs and I would just love one more album from you. That's all. That's why I was asking that question. Like maybe there was an album in your
Maybe
plans
I'll-
for the future.
Maybe I'll learn. Hey, I've been mentoring young, like
Yeah.
16-year-olds, teaching them piano and keyboard and stuff like that. So even if I like decided to do a premature retirement, what, I know the kids that I'm mentoring
Yeah.
will just be like the soul singers.
How many instruments do you play?
One, and I played very
Piano.
badly.
Piano.
No,
What
Yeah.
instrument is that?
guitar, acoustic.
But how are you teaching kids piano?
Very good question.
You facilitate for them and the teacher. Oh, did I say I'm the one personally teaching them? No.
That's a vibe we got. Like,
No. I don't know how to play piano.
Ah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways, I think we have.
Kalumba.
Yeah. I think we have. I have.
By the way, I saw Charlie Bravo on here and I was just like, what?
Oh, you watched that episode?
What did you
Yes.
think about it?
I found it very interesting. So I had a conversation with him and I was like, I didn't like what you insinuated. He was like, I'm going to make a public apology. And I was just like, oh my God.
Has he made the apology yet?
No,
I wonder.
never.
Who said they didn't like who
Me,
insinuated?
like what Charlie was insinuating when he said, no, I called Wezi, you don't do stuff, you don't play with my stuff without my permission. Like, I didn't like what he insinuated because it was so incorrect, it was inaccurate, to say the least. I don't think that I was represented in the right light, and I do regard Charlie as my friend. So if you and me had an issue and we ironed it out, the way that I will express myself in public about it will be different if we didn't iron it out. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way that he said it, I'll just say that it was really inaccurate.
In bad taste?
It was inaccurate, not in bad taste or
Oh,
in good taste.
inaccurate.
It was inaccurate. Like it wasn't on point. Like if him and I would sit down and have a conversation in front of you, I think he would retract his statement. It was so inaccurate and I
Yeah.
felt very offended. But he knows one thing for sure.
What's that?
I love him.
What about me?
No. Oh, sorry.
It's growing. It's growing.
Yeah, it's
It's starting. You're like
I love you with the love of the Lord.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
any day. Any day.
Baby steps. Baby
Are you
steps.
playing with me right now?
Finally, you get it. Jesus Christ.
Well,
It took you this whole time to realize I've been
Wezi,
trolling you.
Thanks a lot for coming through. We've been wondering where you've been, hiding under some rock. And
Thank you so much for doing this.
I'm happy that it took that Z podcast to take you from under that rock to bring you to the public eye again.
Going
Public domain.
right back in.
Right back to the...
But watch
back
this on
under the
Tuesday,
rock.
though.
What?
I'm saying watch this on Tuesday. Because it's going to air next Tuesday.
Yay!
Splot's gonna respect, eh?
Hey. It's going for its fellow species.
That was good. That was good. That was good. Actually, no.
I couldn't
don't.
have thumped that one myself.
No, wait, hold on. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that comment.
She's being sexist.
No, but
You're
check-
being sexist.
Okay, so for that, I'll reply in Shefi language.
Yeah.
Listen to track number 8.
What's track number 8?
What's the title?
Please Google the title.
No, I can just go on to Apple Music.
Spotify.
This is going
No,
to be
Apple
fun.
Music.
This is going to be fun.
Track number 8 is Banger.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
For real? Let me look at this. I love bang.
Is it?
No. Oh yes. Shit, I haven't.
Mastered the track list.
Pets on Daka is number 7.
Oh, you're being petty.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Is that
we
what
get
you wanted to say?
Yes.
Now you just fucked up your whole joke, huh?
To the next episode. Have a lovely week, and remember to click that subscribe.
Please.
It's in red for a reason. So we click on that subscribe. We're
I
trying to
wanted
encourage
to ask
people.
you if you if you believe in resolutions.
I used to.
She said she doesn't plan for the future, so I don't think she does.
I used to.
And then what happened?
Now I just put faith in God because listen. When I was formed in my mother's womb,
I knew the plans I had for you.
I didn't know if I was going to be a miscarriage. I didn't participate consciously, but I ended up being a human being. So whatever energy, whatever force that deliberately concocted my destiny is doing its thing, and I'm just here participating.
But do you set out to say
No, that's my
quarterly?
faith.
I would try
I would
this.
like to achieve this. I would like to lose weight. I would like to be.
All my plans are failed. I paid for 3 months gym subscription and I
never
went.
went.
I went there 3 times.
And that's how gyms make their money. Did you know that 2/3 of gym subscriptions are never used?
Yeah.
That's how they make
So
their money.
Manje, why should I even plan quarterly? I can't even trust myself. I trust God more than I trust me at this point because I paid.
Amen to that, sister.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I paid like That's all.
You can come. I can help you out with your workouts, your cardio.
Till the next episode.
Wait, we're having a moment here.
No, we're not.
Do you mind?
Till the next episode
Do you
of
mind?
That Z podcast, right here, same time, same place. My name is Wezi. We sign out.
No, we don't sign out.
Do you want to finish the
yet.
moment?
Yes.
Do you want to finish the moment?
What moment? Yeah.
Yeah, the workout?
Yes. So, cardio, my house. She's trying so hard. This is exactly what I wanted from the beginning of
Shut
this.
up.
We are medicine for depression right now.
Shut up.
Okay, so now we can sign out. Till the next episode.
Please remember to click that subscribe button. And what else did I...
Nothing.
It's gone. It'll come out in the next episode. Wezi, it's been real. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you. Next
And,
time, invite me to Nakonde.
Yeah, we'll go to Nakonde next time. Till next episode, have a lovely day.